Hey, what's up guys? Ali here from mysocialyou.com and welcome back to my channel. So my small YouTube channel made $510 in April, but how much did I make in May? More or less? That's what we're gonna see in today's video. Before we jump into it, you know what to do. Subscribe, hit the bell icon, and also like this video. All right, now let's jump into this and we're gonna see all the data behind the scenes of my account, the analytics, how much money I made, my CPM, and I've done these videos consistently on every single month and you guys seem to enjoy these, so I will continue making these income reports so you can see how much money a small YouTuber like myself makes on YouTube. And as you can see, my subscriber base is 6.6K, so it's not big at all. And then we'll see all the numbers in a second. So first of all, like I said, if you're not subscribed, you should be. Click on that subscribe button and make sure you do. Now we're gonna go to my YouTube studio. So I'm gonna click here and we're gonna go to YouTube studio. By the way, that's where all the data is for your channel. Now, when you do that, we're gonna look at the data. We are gonna go to analytics. And then this is the data for last 28 days. So let me change. So this is actually, when I'm recording this video, this is the end of, almost the end of June. So, but what we wanna see is the data for May. So I am gonna click on May. And first of all, this is how much money I made in the month of May. So May 1 to 31st of 2020. So I made $651.34. So it's more than $510 that I made the previous month of April. Percentage wise, I don't know how much the gain that is, but you can do the math. All right, so now let's look at some of the key takeaways, some of the lessons that I learned as a small YouTuber on this platform. So the first one is, when you look at the views, obviously, I've been uploading content consistently. That's one thing, because I ignored YouTube as a platform for a long time. So I wanted to be more consistent. I wanted to push myself to create consistent content. I'm really proud that I was, for last couple of months, I've been able to create consistent content on the platform. So even though it's not a lot of money, which is totally fine because ad revenue is not the only revenue source that I have. There are a lot of other ones too that I kind of generate revenue from. But it's good to see that as a small YouTuber, you are able to generate income, ad revenue from your YouTube channel. It's still possible in 2020. That's the biggest takeaway. Now, let's look at some of the other things. So we're going to look at all of these tabs: overview, reach, engagement, audience, and I'm going to share my biggest sort of takeaways. So from overview tab, if I scroll down, my biggest, the top video was this video. So I created this video about how to save Instagram live videos after posting. So I ran into this challenge where I created a live video on Instagram and I forgot to save it. So I did a lot of research. I reached out to a lot of people, and someone was able to point me into a direction by using a tool, or I believe it was a Chrome extension. I was able to save that live video after posting. The biggest takeaway here is this if you create a piece of content on YouTube that solves actual problem, it is likely to do well. Because one thing I found out, I was kind of scratching my own itch. I ran into that problem. I found the solution. I created the video. But then a lot of other people, they also had the same problem. So this is something a big takeaway from me, and also something that I tell to other people. When you want to create content based on the problems, the challenges that your target audience has. Because, if your content helps them solve that problem, number one, you're going to attract them to you. So you're going to build your views or your brand. Number two, you're going to build the trust factor with them. And number three, they will likely to share your content. So that's the biggest takeaway, create content that solves problems of your target audience, the challenges, the problems, the pain points. So that was, my biggest sort of takeaway from this. Let's look at the reach. The other thing is right here. So my click-through rate is huge if you want to get traffic from YouTube. So my click-through rate has been 8% and 7%. And again, I believe I want to get closer to 10% ideally for my channel. But in the beginning, it was really like less than 5%, sometimes 6. But I think over last couple of months, I've been able to get it up to 8, 7, 7.5, like in that range. And I believe the thumbnails I'm using are playing a huge role. So let's go take a look at some of my thumbnails. I'm gonna, in a separate tab, let's go to my channel, and I want to show you. So I have a YouTube thumbnail strategy. It's very simple. It's nothing fancy. So I'm using my big sort of face and solid colors in the text that's really like bold. And I think for now that's working on my channel. So I like to, I do use these consistent, the colors that I rotate, the background color. But look at my face. I try to use, big face. And then text, not a lot of text. I try to keep it minimum, maybe 3 to 5 words, ideally if possible. But it's working for my channel. So that's the kind of like takeaway I have from here, from Reach, that do spend some time, because I used to use like random thumbnails in the past, and my click-through rate was not this high. So I think if you're creating consistent content on YouTube, pay some attention to your thumbnails and spend some time creating a thumbnail strategy. I'm gonna create a separate video all about like YouTube thumbnails and my strategy and my the templates that I use. But the biggest takeaway I had here was really kind of staying consistent and then paying attention to the click-through rate. It really helps the growth of your channel. All right, now the other thing I kind of noticed is if you look at the traffic sources, so under Reach, traffic sources, YouTube search, it works for me. So most of the traffic I'm getting is from YouTube. I use tools like TubeBuddy. The link is going to be in the description below if you want to use that tool. But that's a tool I use to really research my keywords before I create videos, right? Because if I want to make video content on YouTube, I want to make sure I'm creating something that people are searching for, because otherwise, what's the use, right? So YouTube search is bringing me 52% of the traffic. External, that's really interesting. External for me is I'm getting traffic from, let's see if here you go. So I'm getting traffic from Google. So 45% of the external traffic is coming from Google. So this tells me most of the traffic on my channel is coming from YouTube search and Google search, right? So that's really exciting. That's really good for me, knowing that the investment that I'm making inside the TubeBuddy, using that tool, it's working and it's bringing me traffic, right? And I am planning on creating some videos dedicated to just how I do my keyword research, how I pick my keywords and things like that before I create the videos. If you want to learn more about those topics, leave a comment and I will make sure to let you know when I release those videos. And the other thing is I'm also able to, under my traffic source keyword, YouTube search keywords, I'm able to see different keywords that are bringing me traffic, right? So that's another takeaway. Let's go to engagement tab. And the thing that I really kind of noticed here was the average view duration. So it's up from last month, like 12% up, but it's not, I want to have an average. My kind of personal goal is to get it up to 2 minutes or more. And I think I just need to get better at creating video content, maybe keeping people engaged during the video from the beginning to the end. So that's something I'm happy that it's moving in the positive direction, but my goal is to get it up even more. And then I'm able to see my top videos and also the top end screen. There's a lot of data here that people, they don't log into their analytics or the YouTube studios on consistent basis. But I think when I spend time inside my YouTube studios, I'm always learning things that I can improve on and even get bigger numbers, more views, more subscribers on my channel. Let's go to the audience. And the thing here is I had almost 150,000 unique viewers on my channel, which was exciting, 20% growth from last month. And I gained 1.2, so 1,200 subscribers in the month of May, which is again 24% increase from the previous month of April. Very exciting. And then here is the kind of the biggest kind of realization for me. So I always say this, the number of subscribers is kind of cool, but it's not really something that you should obsess over. And here's why. So I'm getting a lot of views on my channel, but look at this, only 2% of the views are coming from my subscribers. The 97% of the views are coming from non-subscriber. Now, there are a couple of ways you can kind of digest that number. One, it tells you that, hey, the number of subscriber is not really a metric that's like, the make or break of your channel. That's kind of like, one sort of like a takeaway. The other is maybe I need to do a better job of, when people are watching my channel, better job of reminding them or converting them into subscribers. So on that note, if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you click on that, the red subscribe button, and you do that. But again, the way I kind of, look at this data is always looking for different clues that I can use to improve. So two sort of like, different conflicting sort of like takeaways. One, the number of subscriber is not really, if you don't have a big subscriber base, that's okay. You should still create content on YouTube, because look at this. And I'm curious, if you have a YouTube channel, let me know in the comments below if your data kind of looks similar, because you can still get watch time and views because from people who are not subscribed to your channel. So having a large subscriber base, it's not necessary to educate people to do well on YouTube. And the other thing is, this a personal note, I just need to do a better job of reminding people, to converting them from watching my videos into subscribers, right? All right, now let's go to the next step, revenue, because that's the kind of like the main thing, right? So here's all the numbers. In the month of May, I made $651, which is also, there you go, it's 26% more than my previous month. Good, as long as I'm increasing, or I'm trending up in my numbers, in my analytics, that's awesome, right? And then my CPM was down. My CPM was $9.68. That's the cost per mil, or how much you get paid based on the 1,000 views, right? So it was down like 5% from the previous month, which is totally fine. And I think a lot of things are happening probably behind the scenes. As a lot of people are kind of like working from home and the lockdown, I think the CPMs have dropped down, based on the channels that I'm looking at, my clients and other people. But who knows? The next coming months they may go back up. And if I scroll down, I can see the breakdown of in the February I made 108, then 216, then 510, and then 651. So what's exciting is my revenue from ads on YouTube is trending upwards. That's awesome. And I'm also able to see the top earning videos. So this is exciting to see, and a trend I'm seeing on my YouTube channel. So this video is about Facebook Messenger. Here's about Facebook ads. Here's about Zoom. So I'm able to, especially if I go and see more and look at more videos, I can see what type of topics are making more money on my YouTube, and that helps me because I can make a note of that and maybe create more videos on those topics to increase my ad revenue in future. All right, guys, so this was the breakdown of how much my small YouTube channel made in the month of May 2020, and you saw all the numbers and some of the biggest takeaways I had as far as the revenue, the CPM, the reach, the click-through rates, and also the best performing videos and audiences. If you have any questions, you know what to do. Leave those questions in the comments below. I will be more than happy to engage with you and give you my insights. And before you go, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell icon, and also like this video. And I'm gonna see you in the next videos, and we'll do another income report at the end of next month. Thanks for tuning in. Bye for now.